Gale nearly got a flick on that.
Can he put it into the path of Latterline? He's thinking about going himself. Latterline and Latterline! Oh, that's a wonderful goal!
They want to Benjamin. Just holding off of Benjamin, twisting, turning, that's
It's Liam Henderson to deliver. David Gray has scored.
Hello and welcome back to Downless Slope. For the first time in forever, we're recording after a Hibs victory. And David Martindale, if you're listening, you should probably turn off because it's 4 podcasters that are going to be telling you how you should do your job better. Boys, it feels fantastic. Hibs have won a game of football and it's that stereotypical it was coming, wasn't it? A very comfortable home win, 4 goals past an interesting opposition. Liam, how are you? You hate that question. How are you?
I did predict that we'd score 4 last week, didn't I?
I think, yeah.
So I'm happy. I'm pleased. It was very comfortable, wasn't it? In retrospect, I did have a slight worry what going in at halftime, just only 1-0 up, given how dominant we'd been in the first half. But very happy overall with how proceedings went. I want to say as well, this live podcasting game has not been without its hiccups this evening already. Into starting a couple of minutes late. So if you're listening on the scheduled YouTube that is no longer existing, I'm sorry. We're live on another one. Come join us.
I know. Come over. Craig's tweeted the link. But yeah, Craig, I'm gonna just have to go around the table, but I'm gonna come to you next because you know we've got to finish with Harry and how he is after a 4-0 win. But how's things in the McCurdy household?
All good, mate. All good. A weekend's always made better with a Hibs win, and a very comfortable one in that, and some maybe surprise heroes from the weekend as well, which I very much enjoyed.
And Harry, are you well?
Mate, you know the rules. Hibs are good. Harry's good. So I'm grand, mate. I'm good.
And you've just learned that that we now have the option for sound effects, and
I've been on a soundboard for ages, mate. I'm buzzing.
Which I think that might put you, you know, one step ahead of myself, Craig, and Liam in terms of knowing how to run this system. But yeah, look, let's just straight into it as we've already rambled on for 3 minutes. Couple of changes from the Derby defeat before the international break. Obviously, sort of maybe most notably, Tamed Klidjé starting up top. He came in alongside sort of Jamie McGrath. There was another change as well that's escaped my. Nicky Cannon came back in as well. Were you all happy with the sort of starting 11? Any surprises in there for you? I should stop doing
I'll
that.
take that one. I'll take it. No, I was really happy. Klidjé was definitely the main one that I was hoping to see in, especially with Boyle playing quite as late. I think maybe he was in at 2 a.m. or something on Wednesday playing a game, or involved in a game anyway. So I think it was probably expected. So yeah, happy with it.
Mm-hmm. Harry, you said that Tamed Klidjé was a red signing 7 days ago. Have you changed your mind at all?
Oh, you're one of those podcasters Martindale's talking about where you just take things out of context. Liam said he understood where I came from, and he said he could very quickly come on and score a couple of goals against Livy and make it look stupid that I said it. And I think he done exactly that. I think that, goal aside, I think he was very impressive again. I think he's a very good football player and exciting to watch. So I'll just talk about the goal. Fair play. I was slagging off Big Dan the whole game. His first forward pass was actually the assist for the goal. But yeah, I think Klidjé done really well. He's got that kind of explosive burst about him that kind of got him into the middle of the box, and the finish is exactly what you want a striker to do. He puts it where the keeper can't save it. He just blasts it into the roof of the net. It was an absolute stunning goal. And is very, very exciting to watch. And I like it when we have football players that are just a bit of fun, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was delighted with his performance. I think pretty much unanimous man of the match. I don't think there was anybody that was really close to his level on Saturday.
Yeah.
It was very impressive.
Liam, he obviously took his goal superbly well, but out with that goal, a really good sort of all-round performance as well. And just in the YouTube comments there, J-Star saying that he's sort of nailed on
What the
starter.
fuck am I seeing? We've got live YouTube comments coming up on the thing. Oh my God almighty, man. Fucking hell. 2025 down the slope have arrived. Like, this is like Joseph's Technicolor dream coat, this shit, man. Fucking incredible. Wow. Right, okay. What was the question? Sorry.
Nailed on starter for you, and what were were your thoughts on his sort of overall performance? How his goal, obviously.
Aye, he was brilliant. I mean, I like the nuisance factor that he brings is something that Boyle doesn't really bring on a regular basis. He obviously took his goal very well. I mean, there's so much to do from the time that he receives that ball, putting it in the net. It's not a bad pass from Barlaser, but it's kind of a bit of a nothing pass forward, and he has to do a lot with it for there to be a goal scored from it. I see Craig's already frowning, but it's very good. And even, I mean, there's an underrated moment as well where ultimately Kieran Bowie should score from the run that he makes that forces Silla into that really uncomfortable position where he just sort of heads it up in the air. Bowie takes a great first touch, and actually, the first touch was good enough that it's a should score rather than could score, I think, for Bowie. But I just thought Klidjé's threat in behind was just a constant on Saturday, and I said it on last week, and I don't think it was exactly really sticking your neck out in the line based on what we've seen so far. I think he's got the potential to be a very, very good player for us.
Yeah, Craig, I think Liam touched on it there with that other chance that came from it, and that wasn't the only chance. He sort of got himself in position to have another chance not long after he scored that he sort of had to take first time, and it went sort of straight down, like didn't really connect to it. But just his pace and his sort of energy felt like it gave us even just a bit more purpose in our press as well, I thought, and that's sort of where the first goal came from, us sort of harrying at the top end of the pitch.
Definitely looks a major threat with the balls in behind. He had sort of, I think it was definitely another two. One he kind of took on almost on the half volley and tried to put it into the bottom corner, scuffed it, and then another where he's on the angle and scuffs it at the goalie. That's the only thing, is that I think he maybe looks a bit untidy in his finish. Maybe at times he looks a wee bit rushed, but I think that's just a bit of rawness. But in terms of athleticism, like, he's absolutely all there. Very, very impressive. Great leap on him, unbelievable pace in behind, and just looks like he wants to be a nuisance, really. And then obviously good quality. The first touch for his goal is so good, so intelligent as well. Just draws both defenders in, and then that one touch that he does just takes him away for both of them. And then subsequently to stay on his feet as well when Mo Salah is sliding in. That's an easy red card there, but he stays on his feet and obviously blast it past the goalie. So I was very, very impressed with the 70 minutes that he got.
Yeah. Harry, was there any sort of disappointment for you that it was only one at half time? Or maybe, I'm sure there was, maybe even concern, maybe.
Yeah, I think concern or frustration was probably slightly more of the word. I wasn't overly worried. Like, I actually went and spoke to Liam at halftime, and I actually thought, I was saying, it was fun to watch. I thought we were actually quite entertaining in the first half. I think there's a few games I've been to this season where I've literally just been bored out of my nut. And then obviously when you think back of the games that we threw away leads, I think a few of us were probably a bit concerned that Livy might nick a goal, but I think we controlled pretty much the entire 90 minutes of the game. So for me, it was just ideal performance.
Yeah, Liam, maybe when Harry left, stopped pestering you at half time, then in the second half started, there must have been quite a relief to see the team come out with the purpose that they did at the start of the second half, because we've conceded a lot of goals either side of the sort of half-time break this season, so to sort of be on the front foot was a nice change.
Because I was chatting to Harry, I got back up to my seat a wee bit late, and I had completely passed me by that Davy Martindale had made 3 changes at half time. So I had
one in the first half as well.
Had I seen that, I maybe would have been a wee bit like, oh, right, okay. But the second half just pretty much started the way the first half finished, really, didn't it? There wasn't really any change, which is kind of unusual for a team of his branding. Like, normally you would expect him to, come and do something quite radical, maybe, to sort of try and change it, but that didn't happen, and I think it just shows to the dominance, but also probably just, I mean, to be frank, is it should be the better quality of player that we've got in a side like that, which I know doesn't always show through, because there's been plenty of games, as we know, in the past where Livingston have given us a really tough time at Easter Road and over obviously at their place as well. So it was just a very accomplished, very professional performance. I don't think 4-0 flattered us, but I do think it did sort of take that second goal just to start to feel a wee bit more like, right, it's going to be fine. We're going to be all right. And obviously we get that in circumstances that are, the right circumstance, but obviously quite fortunate, I suppose, in some respects.
Yeah, Craig, fortunate in the fact that it's from a penalty kick, but there can be no debate. It's really poor defending, isn't it? And to be fair, it probably felt the goal was coming to that point. The goalkeeper had just made a couple of good saves.
It was definitely coming, mate. It was 100% coming. The second goal. To be honest, I thought we battered them in that first sort of period of the second half, and I didn't really feel, even though it's 1-0 and you do have that sort of thought in the back of your mind that Hibs anything can happen, I felt very, very comfortable, to be honest. I didn't really see them doing anything, and obviously, yes, it's a penalty. So if the guy just defends it properly, then you're not getting it. However, it's a good ball through, and obviously Klidjé's just being a nuisance again, just putting himself in the right position. You're not going to win a penalty if you're not playing inside the box. So, happy days.
Yeah. Liam,
can I tell a stupid story that I thought I was really funny at the weekend? So as Liam mentioned, there was 3 subs, and my dad, being my dad, didn't notice any subs. But I don't know if you've noticed that Silla got the captain's armband after the all halftime. So I go to my dad, here, this is the first time I've seen the new rule implemented. And he was like, oh, what new rule? And I was like, the referees last season kept on not giving players second bookings because they were booked. So if they were booked before halftime, they have to put on a yellow band so the referee can see if they've been booked or not. I can't believe that.
Oh no. Oh.
I told him after about 5 minutes, but I thought that was fun. Sorry, on you go, Ian.
That was good, mate. That was good. Let's before we come on to talk about the subs, maybe we'll talk about sort of any standout performers, or obviously the changes to the 11. There's been quite a few comments come in. Dave Graham talking about biggest change hasn't necessarily been the goalie. It's been centre back. Obviously, Rocky's dropped out. J Star's highlighting the goalkeeper and his distribution, particularly. So, was there any obvious standouts for you, Liam, out with maybe Klidjé with his goal? And
I thought Josh Mulligan was very, very good on Saturday. Just his driving with the ball, which I think we all know is a really good asset of his, really stood out for me on Saturday on a couple of occasions. It got us out of not sticky situations, but just got us up the park on a number of occasions, which was quite pivotal. I'm not surprised to see people picking up with the goalie's distribution, because I think that's been picked up on by a couple of people sitting next to me, that how nice it is to have someone that can just pick out that ball to the wing back, because it's on every time. And he did it quite a few times on Saturday with great ease, I must say. I still think the most important thing a goalkeeper does is keep the ball out the net, but in terms of his passing, I thought that was it has been a noticeable change, I would say, that we can go back to the goalkeeper. It's effectively an extra man in possession, because you can then play from there.
Harry and Craig, Liam sort of picked on the goalkeeper there. We've spoke about Klidjé. If you were to, Mulligan as well. Sorry, Liam. But if you were to pinpoint a player each, where would you go?
Do you know, at the end of a game, when you're walking out, you're always sort of reflecting back as you're coming down the stairs on who's been good and stuff. And the first player that came to my mind just when we were walking down was Warren O'Hora. I think I've actually banged on him about a few times this season already, but I just think the vein of form that he's in now is just so solid, so solid, so reliable at the moment. I'm reluctant almost to praise him too much in the fear that I'm going to jinx it almost. But I've been enjoying him recently. I feel so comfortable with him there. I don't get worried anymore, and I just feel like he puts in 7 or 8s out of 10 every week. I feel like he's maybe one that's flying under the radar, because he's not like absolutely exceptional every week, but he's just steady. That's, to be honest, for 8 out of the or 7 or 8 out of the 11 that plays. If they're dropping 7 out of 10s, then we're
You're
going
going to
to
win
be
more
pretty
games,
good.
aye. Harry, O'Hara getting a lot of compliments there in the chat as well. Who would have been your standout? I know it's maybe difficult when you're like we're now at sort of 5th or 6th player that you would pick, but
I actually think he had, if we exclude one blip in stoppage time the last game, I think Chris Cadden's been really solid for the last couple of games. I thought he was really good at the weekend. I think, did he get 2 assists, Craig?
he did, yeah.
Have I made that up? Yeah.
No, he did, yeah.
And from someone who kind of crossed the ball, jokes. I actually think he had a really good game. But I think, but no, he's a player that when things go bad, he gets a lot of scrutiny. But then when things go well, I don't think he really gets the plaudits he deserves. I think he's a really reliable player for Hibs, and he's been a big part of why we've been successful the last couple of seasons. And I think he was really good. I also think that was a massive point to let's keep Josh Mulligan in the middle of the park and let's keep Chris Cadden at right wing back when they're both fully fit, because I think it's just how we get the best out of them both.
I actually thought Cadden was really good at the weekend. Like, if sort of beyond Klidjé and maybe would have been it. Actually, I thought he had a really, really productive game. And even in the first half, he obviously didn't. Nothing came off from him in terms of sort of goals or assists in the first half. But in the first half, it just felt like he was offering a lot more on the ball, and sort of in the final third as well. There was a couple of nice interactions on the west stand side in front of the dugouts, like 1-2s and stuff that got us up the pitch. And there was an opportunity very early in the game, sort of 0-0, that I think if Mulligan gets his head up, he's in one-on-one. Mulligan chose to shoot, but I thought Chris Cadden had a really, really productive and good, solid game, and I think you probably see the best of him in that role in a game like the weekend. Players that didn't start,
he can attack more, mate. That's why you see the best out of him. Ultimately, it's because he can attack more, because he's not an out-and-out defender.
Can I just make a point on Chris Cadden? He got 2 assists yesterday. He got 1 in the entirety of last season.
He only got 1 last season,
and 0 the season before that. So I think it just shows you. So
Really?
I think it just shows you, I suppose the importance of getting players like him into the right position in the park, but also probably shows you that he's maybe not getting the kind of numbers that you would maybe expect to someone in that position.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I'm kind of giving him a compliment, but also sort of taking it away when you break it down to the kind of key numbers. And both balls yesterday were both balls Saturday were good balls, but the one where he just essentially just picks Hoylett out at the second time asking is brilliant.
Yeah. Can I just say, what we've learned here is there is unmistakable chemistry between Junior Hoylett and Chris Cadden. It can't be denied any further. That's a bloody picture. Thank you.
I know, that's a bloody picture. Liam, you were very strong in your words on Junior Hoylett on last week's show.
Space Jam.
What's the opposite of Space Jam?
Well, he's just come back to being Michael Jordan, isn't he? Like it's
right,
because it was basically Michael. The premise of Space Jam, for those of you who've not seen it, is a bunch of NBA players who are their bodies are taken over by these evil space monster things. So he has just essentially become. He's probably not Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was always Michael Jordan. We'll go with Scottie Pippen. There's a nice wee NBA
makes more
reference.
Sense as well. Yeah.
So he is essentially Scottie Pippen, but probably I reckon about 1.5 feet shorter than Scottie Pippen based on that picture. In fact, with Hoylett being such a small player, he's more like I forget what that wee tiny guy was called in the NBA. Muggsy Bogues is a good NBA reference for you. Go and look that one up.
I've got a bone to pick for him. So any of you looking at this picture and thinking there's no way that's for Saturday. It looks far too light. Like it was fucking pitch black by the time Hoylett scored. No, I'm just I looked at the picture 3 times when I was picking it for the. I'm just convinced that can't be Junior.
We have these mental things called floodlights nowadays. Yeah.
No, that just doesn't look like it's for this weekend's game. I'm also pretty sure that's the main stand behind them and the perspective.
There's no such thing as a main stand. It's not. There's there's an east stand and a west stand.
A conspiracy theorist.
What would you say is the main stand then, Ewan?
The main stand is the main stand with the players and
there is no way
the dugouts. Stand. Well, I would say the ones with the dugouts and that. See, by the way, I'll accept whether you want to call it east and west. But if someone refers to the main stand, there can be no
It's the West.
But in terms of what stand they're talking about, what would you say, Harry?
I just think the East Stand's more impressive looking, so it's weird to not
Mate,
give
I'm
that
not being
the
funny. The East Stand's a
main
shell.
stand title.
There's nothing going on in the East Stand. The main stand's where everything is. Like,
Mate, I can't sit in the West Stand anymore. My legs didn't fit between the seats. That's not very main energy to me.
Anyway, that was really good radio. That I'm really glad we've done
Fantastic.
that. In terms of players coming off the bench, so obviously Hoylett bags a double, two good finishes. Absolutely no right to be scoring headers at his height. But we did get a comment in earlier saying that Chaiwa should be starting every week. Did you sort of like? Did you?
I think that's someone. Sorry, I think that's someone I sit next to who's making fun of Barry Wilkins' replacement, calling him Chiwa when he came on.
Okay, got you.
Which to be fair was an interesting pronunciation, but based on another Hibs podcast, Long Baggers, the pronunciation of it is Chegwa, I think it gets called every week, which is a Keith Chegwin I don't know, reference. It's not even a reference. I don't know what it is. But I for a while I couldn't decide whether Chegwa was Megwa or Chaiwa. So maybe it's just a hybrid of the two. It's the two of them getting the two of them in the team.
Dave Graham showed exactly what he the East Stand is shite. A death trap with no padded seats. Can't even get St Albion either. Can't even get
sandwiches either.
Got to walk all the way round the outside to get back into the Albion as well, Dave. It's ridiculous. Aye, but was there any other of the subs do you think done anything? Or not? They played. None of them was bad, but I mean, did any of the other subs do enough to sort of make you think they should play at Pittodrie?
No. I think you just go with the same. I think you just go with the same 11. To be honest,
I agree.
I think if a team starts and plays that well, you go with the same team. I don't think anybody underperformed to the point that I would be looking to bring any of the guys that came on. To be fair,
Craig, you do say that though, and you don't think anyone underperformed. But according to David Martindale, Hibs weren't actually that good, and Livy were just really bad.
It's a bit better, isn't it?
Can we talk about Livy for just a wee second? Right, I know it's Hibs podcast, but did they seriously come Easter Road with Mo Silla playing sweeper? Was it just me? And Stevie May was playing CDM for most of the game.
By the way, he was quite good.
He was dropping and linking up the play, but fuck hell, man.
They had Shane Blaney, Danny Wilson, and Mo Silla as a back three.
Can we also talk about Livy just trying to pop it at the beginning, and Shane Blaney gets the ball and just kicks it straight out the park? I'm like, boys, know your fucking league. Like, understand what you're good at. Just
Livy
get
are
to the
trying
goalie,
to play this
fucking
year,
launch it. Fucking launch it. Like, just didn't honestly. You can't play with it. That. I mean, the boy Silla was a fish out of water, eh? Like a fish out of water. He looked like a salmon that he'd come up on, I don't know, a river on the banks of Scotland, and he was flapping for his life at points. Eh? Like he was genuinely needing to get back in the water ASAP.
I cannot think for the life of me what or how I've seen this. I don't know if someone shared a clip or something. I've honestly got no idea, or maybe I read someone say it. But someone said on commentary that Murray and Joel Murray and Cliff Pike were saying he'd been Livy's best player and that he'd performed well all game.
Who?
Silla.
No, nonsense. Surely
I thought it was. I messaged you, like being like he's just got caught out every Klidjé's pace every time. Like, but
did you watch Sports Scene? And
what McFadden said they're hard to beat.
He's determined to brand them as difficult to beat. Like they're no. They're no.
Stephen Thompson was
just in the championship. It's nonsense.
Stephen Thompson was just like they've not won in 5 games or whatever. Like, you know, like I would 9 times out of 10 find myself on the side of James McFadden versus Stephen Thompson, but it was like. But in a way, I was like, "I'll take it." That makes our win even better. But
can I just? There's a war crime that needs to be called out. Why the fuck is Robbie Muirhead taking corners? Is their tallest player? Get him in the mixer.
What
was happening?
His left foot's a wand. Like his left foot is actually decent.
I
He's so
totally
tall.
disagree with you.
I'm
He's
I'm
so
with Harry on
tall.
this one. I'm with Harry on this one. Free
What's
kick,
the point in having someone
kick,
tall if you
yeah.
can't put a good ball in?
Mate, come on, they're professional footballers. Surely one of them can put a decent cross into a box that's no.
Jake,
hand.
Get
Ben,
Mo,
I
should
don't
get
know-
Mo Salah
He's
on the
about
corners
fucking
and all.
No, I thought
Can
I
do
actually
it
thought
all.
Livy's and Stevie May. I think Stevie May took one as well, and I think Liam, we maybe spoke about it in the chat. Actually, I thought that I thought the deliveries were really good at really flat and whipped in, and like maybe you're right, Harry. Maybe if someone like a Muirhead could have got on the end of it, maybe they would have had something from it. But I think you've got to weigh, just in general terms, I think you've got to put the quality of delivery as the number one thing on a set piece. I mean, look, Junior Hoylett won a header up against
I
Mo
know,
Salah.
mate. I'm just not having that one of them one of the other guys couldn't put a half decent ball into the box.
Who you take it?
I think if we learn anything for the weekend, that heading is not Mo Salah's strength, is what I would observe based on the weekend. Aerially, he might be 6 foot tall, but when he jumps, he's 5'4". He looks like he struggles to get his boots off the ground.
Times tackling.
Hibs should have signed them in the
Times
summer,
tackling,
Liam.
to be fair.
Hibs should have signed them in the summer.
Aye.
I think Livy are going to. They like. I was surprised how poor they were. I know it's not a Livy podcast, but like, I kind of thought they were going to come up and be all right. But see, when you're bringing like Andy Winter off as your first sub, who's like how's that happened? Like,
We're getting
Sure.
clipped in a couple of weeks, aren't we? Really?
no, I'm not
That
taking the
Livy
piss.
admin's not
though.
a field
I'm not
day.
taking the piss, mate. But he was playing like League One football like last season. Like,
I
he was
actually, I'm going to offer. I actually don't think. I know he's not necessarily a top level player, but I do actually think they've got a wee bit of something about them in terms of the squad. I think they'll find a way to be okay this season. I think everyone had thought Dundee were going to go down, and then that happens
That's
yesterday. Then you just go.
I just look at Livy and I think the way they want to play with the centre backs. So Danny Wilson was basically retired after Hibs popped Queen's Park in the League Cup 2 seasons ago. All of a sudden, he's playing top flight football again. Ryan McGowan's injured now, and he's obviously sort of past his best. Like, I just didn't see how if you want to be a team that play football, part of that's when you've not got the balls, you push up. And how often did Hibs just put the ball in behind them? And Klidjé's presence just I don't know. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. But
Mo Salah's starting for that ball over the top now, man.
Harry, is there any reason that you're punting our Warsaw vlog on the?
just having a bit of fun, mate. Just having a bit of fun.
Was that the best 90 minutes from Hibs this season, though? If you factor in European performances as well, if you offset standard opposition, etc.
Nah, not even close. Not even
No?
close. Nah.
Warsaw.
Warsaw to go and effectively win the game over 90 minutes against Legia Warsaw beats. With all due respect, beats beating Livy at home.
Yes.
Like I think performance-wise, the first half against Warsaw, I don't actually think we were that great. I think second half we were brilliant.
The
but first half-
The
generation-
level of
50
opposition is
minutes.
incomparable, though, Harry.
Yeah, no.
The level
Like
of
I'm just saying,
opposition,
like
you can't
I'm
compare
just
it.
glad we actually had 90 minutes in which we looked like a decent team for a full 90. Like I couldn't tell you the last time. Even last season, we weren't doing it that consistently. Like.
Yeah. Legia Warsaw didn't have quality like Samson Lawal and Christian Montagno were coming off the bench. To be fair.
Oh, it does feel a bit poor just laughing at other folks' plights.
I'm worried that Livy admin on Twitter is dynamite. Eh? He's going to
He
be
did
right
take
on
a pop at podcasters, didn't he? So
But so I seen that, and then I think I was watching Open Goal. Maybe I seen a bit of it, and they were like, "Oh, is he talking about us?" I was like, "For a start, he wasn't. He was talking about folk that when they go on Sky Sports News, I think he was obviously getting annoyed because his actual team Rangers had been fucking about with their managerial appointment, and he was like, "Why didn't you asking me? Just get a fucking proper Rangers man in there like me, and I'll do the job." But that was mad, eh? Like that is like, it's not. And of all the people, it's not like he was a top player himself. He basically got into Livy by fucking default because he hung around for long enough. Like it's just, like it's
Steady on.
like, I'm not convinced. Anyway,
I was
Hibs
worried
travelled-
where you were going there that for a
so
second.
right.
Let's
Move us
start
on.
talking about Hibs again. Hibs travel to Pittodrie on Sunday. Sunday, of course, because Aberdeen are in Greece on Thursday night, which will be an interesting little nugget there as well. Aberdeen won their last 2 league games either side of the break. A comfortable pump in a Dundee, and then a last-minute wonder goal, to be fair, against St Mirren. Does it feel like a different proposition now that they have got the 2 games than maybe it would have been pre the international break, Harry?
I think Aberdeen are pish. I think they're a shite team, and I think we're going to go up there and we're going to teach them a lesson. We'll be like, oh, you steal our European spot, you'll get smacked about the place. David Gray's going to have none of it. They're nothing, and we're going to beat them.
You'd think 5 years in I would have learned to come to Harry last on all the questions, eh? Do you know, like, let all us say what we want to say and then just let Harry tell us that we're talking shite and say that.
No, I think, in honesty, I think they've actually got a few good players that they've not really got a tune out of yet. We saw that was it Lazatic or something his name, the one that scored the wonder goal.
Is that the boy from Milan? Is that
yeah, correct. I think they got one on a free, but if they sell him, Milan get like 50% or something. But yeah, I still don't think that Fraud is an overly good manager. He had a fluky cup run, should have been sacked anyway, and I think he'll get sacked at some point this season because I don't think Aberdeen are very good.
I can't remember who it was, but it was, see, on that Lazatic boy, he played for Aberdeen's like reserves or B team, and like there's one of these like regional cups in the Highlands where Aberdeen play like Highland League teams.
Right.
I can't remember who it was. He played like Huntley or Fraserburgh. Seen him play for 60 minutes and was like immediately just wrote him off. He was like, "There's no way he's going to be any good." Like he's come for AC Milan and he couldn't do it against Huntley on a Tuesday night. But it's just wild. Some of these games he's played. That's the first game he plays in Scotland. He's come for AC. All right, he's not in the AC Milan first team. I get it. Right?
Come for sipping espressos on a Tuesday night to that.
And he's come to play his first game away at Huntley on a Tuesday night in October.
There's a bit of an unknown with Aberdeen though, even though some of the players have been there a while. Like they it feels like every summer they do a lot of business. And is it the boy Carlson? I think they got him on loan from Bologna. He's supposed to be getting pretty rave reviews. He did get taken off after 70 minutes at the weekend. And obviously Kevin Nisbet, I'd be surprised, to be fair, if he started, unless he maybe didn't start on Thursday, and then he might find his way in. But I really don't know what to make of Aberdeen at this point in time. Obviously, that is 2 good results they've put back to back. But Craig, are you thinking that Hibs should go up there expecting to win?
I would maybe mostly hoping to win than expecting to win. That's at the end of the day, it still is Pittodrie, isn't it? So it's not like an easy place to go. I would agree with Aberdeen. They are still a wee bit of an unknown. Just difficult to read in a way. It seems like 1 week they're absolutely horrendous, and then the next they look okay. By all accounts, the St Mirren game it was easy peasy, and obviously Aberdeen find a way to win it in the end. So. I would definitely say hoping to win rather than expecting. I think it's maybe a wee bit old firm of us to be saying we're going to Pittodrie and we expect to win, we have to win. But I think we can win. There's no doubt about that. They're not so good that we can't be going there thinking that we've got a good chance of winning.
Yeah, not to take us too far ahead, Liam. Obviously, we'll record again, but it is. It feels like the sort of start of like a big sort of 6 days, with 3 games in 6 days and 3 games that maybe tricky games, but we should be looking to take, really positive points haul out of starting on Sunday.
I think so. I think Sunday will be tough, but I think the fact they're playing away against the EK on the Thursday night will probably make things quite difficult for them. They probably won't be really relishing playing us on the Sunday after. I would imagine probably getting a bit of a chasing out in Greece, maybe not in terms of scoreline, but I don't think they'll have a lot of time on the ball, so spend a lot of time out of possession. And then presumably, I don't think it's a late kick-off for Thursday night, but still quite a late flight back on Thursday night, and then a team in Hibs will be right up for it, having had 8 days rest. I would expect us to take something from the game, whether they win it or not, I don't know. And then obviously, 2 tricky games after that, and Rangers is a bit of an unknown quantity at the moment because they're obviously going to have another couple of games under a new manager before they play us, so not a lot of time for him to sort of come in and, what's the word they use now, implement his philosophy, is that what they say? Managers.
What's more important, a manager bounce or implementing philosophy? That's the
Sorry guys, he's got to roll out his philosophy.
It is.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
do you think, again, we are verging on a Scottish football podcast here instead of a Hibs podcast, but I don't particularly care. It's fucking mental that someone that basically threw their toys out the pram a week ago because he wasn't second choice is now the manager because second choice didn't want it. Like that. I mean, if you want football 101 on how to not at least publicly go about hiring a football manager, that feels like the way not to do it.
He's got very German Paul Heckingbottom vibes about him, hasn't he? Very good coach. Worked at some big clubs, but lots of great ideas. Quite a young manager. I'll be honest. Yeah.
Have they not just brought in a manager
on that one? It's red.
Have they not just got a manager that's got less experience and performed slightly poorer in a league that the manager they just sacked had won?
I actually don't believe it's as simple as that, to be honest.
I'm sure there's some. I know Sheffield Wednesday is a basket case and stuff, but like,
I fucking hate Rangers. Let's chat about the cabbage.
Well, I tried to. You just went, Aberdeen are shite. We're gonna win. That's us, right? End the pod.
That doesn't mean he's going to get your opinions in.
No, Harry, it does feel maybe though that this game might have like a similar vibe to when we played Kilmarnock at Easter Road. I think that was when we came back from, I might be wrong on my timeline there, but I think that was the game we played after the away European tie that won 2-0.
Partizan.
Yeah, Partizan. I think my timeline's right there. Do you think it's important that Hibs just are still in the game sort of at halftime even, so like where that sort of like, we should be fresher?
I just think we need to, like, I think the main thing for me about Saturday is obviously like Livingston. I think it's fair to say that they're not the barometer of the team we need to beat this season. We need to be beating the likes of Aberdeen. Obviously going away to Klidjé isn't as straightforward as going there and just kind of running them. But as you say, we will have the fresh legs. They are playing midweek. And I think as a squad, I think we've got a better team than Aberdeen. It's a difficult place to go, but the circumstances couldn't be more in our favour. To say I'm confident is
strong, didn't it?
To say I'm confident would probably, like, overconfident would be a stretch, but I'm confident. I believe in the team. I think that they needed that kind of pick me up with 4 goals and absolutely thrashing a team. I think it's great confidence going into a game like this, but this is going to be the real barometer of kind of where we currently are at and where we can get to. If we get beat heavily, then I'd be very surprised and I'd be a bit disappointed and kind of wondering where the season can go. But if you win this one, you're probably getting a bit of distance between yourself and third. So,
any more add on the game come
Sunday? I mean, has got the potential to be either a really good or a really bad day, like just based on the way the games are going. And I'm not looking too much at what's going on there because I think we're all long enough in the tooth to know that they'll hit a skid at some point. It'll just be a case of how bad a skid it is as to dictates how they'll get on. But I think we can only just focus on just continuing to perform every week, to be honest. And if we perform like we did on Saturday and go up to Klidjé, I think we'll get something from it. And I think that's all you can really ask for, to be honest, is just make sure that the performances are there and hopefully you get the results to match it over the course of the season. I would like to see Bowie getting back amongst the goals because I think that's important for him. I was conscious he did sort of snatch at that chance, as I mentioned earlier on. And I do think a big way of doing that is to stick with the same 11, keep that continuity going for the time being, and if it ain't broke, don't try and fix it.
If we could put a run together, Craig, it would be massive. Let's say the 3 games in the 6 days, because ultimately the league is so tight. Aberdeen are second bottom, but if they win, they're only a point behind us. Like Hibs, like the only 2 teams that put a resemblance of a run together are comfortably in the top 2 positions. Like if there is a real opportunity here, if we can just string this next weekend or 2 weeks together, that we could find ourselves starting to get a little bit detached from the rest of the league as well.
I think it's like that all throughout the season, to be fair. Generally, when you're in that sort of mix, I think if you take last season, sort of midway through the season, it did get to the stage where you were 1 or 2 wins away from the sort of top 4, if you like, and you were also a couple of losses away from the bottom. So I think that'll probably be a theme that'll be pretty constant throughout the season. especially in the sort of embryonic stages of the league. But I think if we
What
can,
word that was, eh?
what's that?
Stages of the league.
Superb.
Craig,
There you go, mate. There you go.
oh, damn.
I write that one down, Harry. You can Google it after.
I wouldn't pronounce it the way. Fuck.
Aye, Aberdeen. I think. Do you know what, mate? Until you said, "Oh, we've got big games in 6 days," I didn't even realise we were playing Rangers on Wednesday. I just looked that up now. Super preparing from me, but
But that's next Monday's job, mate. And it can't be looking too far ahead.
it's two winnable games though. 2 winnable games. Aye, why not?
Mm-hmm. When you talk about mood, like it, if you come out or vibes, maybe vibes more than mood. That's probably the better word. If you come out of these 2 games with 6 points, you're flying, eh? And sort of the draws earlier in the season start getting spoken about. Oh fuck! If we hadn't drawn them, we'd maybe be right up there. Do you know what I mean? They started to feel that.
I already done that
less,
on Saturday. I already done that on the way back. I was like, oh fuck! If we just beat Falkirk and we'd beat Dundee United, we'd be fucking right up there. But and to be honest, I think a couple of us have been saying it for the last couple of weeks. Like the performances haven't been that bad. It's just been key moments in games generally that we've been switching off. And I think the performances probably want us to be maybe 4 or 6 points off better than we are, but ultimately you deserve it by doing what you do. So there still needs to be a focus on cutting these things out, because it's still a theme, isn't it? We're only 1 game from since we done it last. So
well, as far as I'm concerned, we've conceded 1 goal in 3 games, and before that we looked so vulnerable. I think I know we lost to Derby, but
the 1 goal that we did concede was in the last minute though as well.
I can't remember partially cutting us open or anything. Do you know, I feel like over the last sort of 3 games we have looked a lot more comfortable at the back, and one of the games being at Celtic Park and a Derby. Do you know, like that? That's a good sign for me. But let's not do score predictions just now. We'll finish with score predictions before we wrap up. Liam, we're bringing back a little favourite of mine, at least. I don't know so much about Craig and Harry. We have got Hibs Guess Who. You brought along this lovely graphic for those that are watching on YouTube, and you spoke about 2025 down the slope. Was that on ChatGPT?
No comment. I don't use ChatGPT or any other for me. I'm dead against it. Ethically, it's wrong. So I mean, I think everyone who's listening will ken the script we Guess Who. It's not exactly difficult to know, but I will essentially reveal 5 clues about 5 different Hibs players. We're going to run it a wee bit differently, and I'm not going to ask the boys to shout out to allow those of you who are watching live to play along. But they can send me a message once they think they've got the right answer. They're only allowed 1 guess each, and I'll reveal who the winner is at the end.
Close the comments, yeah.
Aye, close the comments. Good idea, Craig. Right, so...
I can see them, it's fine.
Brilliant. Okay. So this...
Can I hide them?
You can. How you fucking can? You just put it on
Fucking decide by your
fuck, sorry. Right, I can't see them.
Oh, hi.
Sorry, I can't see them.
So this first player is left-footed.
Okay.
It's the first clue. It's a good one.
Wow.
I only scored 1 goal for Hibs, but it was quite an iconic one.
Okay.
After leaving Hibs, I went to play for a club in the League of Ireland for a year.
I was going to say League One.
I joined Hibs from Manchester United. Final club. Oh, I've got a wee guess in. I won't reveal if it's correct or not. I finished my career at the Gala Firidine Rovers. I think you can probably tell by Ewan's reaction that he has, in fact, in that.
Daddy, I'm a fucking scooby.
Danny Galbraith.
Oh,
that felt.
Scored 1 goal for.
Yeah,
I know, that's the bit
that. Yeah,
that same. That was the.
last time we won at
That's
Celtic
mental.
Park in the league.
That's mad. That fair play.
Both of them are mental.
Or maybe the last time we won at Celtic Park, full stop, actually.
Liam, is there just a random Hibs player you enjoy naming as much as Danny Galbraith?
No.
I feel like he's at the forefront of your mind a lot.
Nah, I always think about Danny Galbraith all the time. And it's largely due to that goal at Celtic Park, to be honest. Very strange career. Didn't play a lot of games in his career, not on the top level.
Did he end up at Edinburgh City at one point? Or did I?
Did I? Was it York City? Maybe, I don't know who took him there. Maybe Jackie McNamara was connected to them. Anyway,
Derek Bowden was there for a while, wasn't he?
York City. Very strange. Yeah, very strange. Okay, you ready for the next one?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
I have 2 caps for my country. I am currently still playing in the Scottish Championship. Oh, got a guess in already.
I need one.
2 guesses in. I've got 2 guesses in already.
Well, I know it's not me, so I'll just take my time here then.
I left Hibs to join a club in English League 2 on loan.
I've got it, but I'm just going to let this play out.
I started my career with a club in Scotland and went on to make 176 league appearances for them, scoring 34 goals.
Oh, by the way, that might have thrown me a bit. I didn't think it was that many. Last clue?
I was not Liam's favourite winger.
I've got this.
Oh, fuck off. I just guessed.
Well, I just say it instead of text. Jamie Murphy.
Correct. Well done.
Whoa.
Who did you spare, I guess?
I went Paul Hanlon because as soon as he said 2 caps, I thought it was 2 in the one window, and he said Championship.
No, to be fair, by the way, that was a good. They were like they're good.
That's why as soon as he said League 2, I was like,
I left-footed and still in the Championship. It's Lewis Stevenson.
My head never went today to. I genuinely I was thinking Championship, and I thought Murphy, I suppose, is an heir because he was on Open Goal this week. So I think that's probably. I can't believe that my head never went straight to Hanlon or Stevenson.
Hanlon only had 1 cap. I thought he started one game and came on as a sub one game for some reason in my head. But apparently,
I tell you what, I'd have thought Murphy would have had more than 2 caps. To be fair, he was a good player for Brighton and Sheffield United, wasn't he, for quite a period of time.
But Sheffield United were League One though for a lot of time, and we generally didn't call players up that played in League One unless it was Jordan Rhodes during that era,
or Ian Black at one point in the Scottish League One.
Oh God. Others. Right, okay, next player. I've played for 19 senior clubs.
How is that a thing?
I've scored, for those 19 clubs, I've scored more than 20 goals on 2 occasions, but never scored more than 4 goals for any of my other 17 clubs.
What the fuck?
Good effort.
Right. I made 11 appearances for my national team over 14 years. So averaging out at less than a game a season. And in that time, I scored 2 goals.
Well, good effort.
Okay.
I was the last in management for a side called FC Neptunus, who play in I don't know where they play.
Did they have a Wikipedia page?
Lithuanian football, I think.
Right.
Okay.
Tell you this last clue better be good.
I started up front in a 3-0 win for Hibs at Ibrox.
Is it first come, first serve?
Okay, I'm going to say my.
I've tried my best.
Spell his name.
I've tried my best with the spelling.
Right. Let's see what the listener. We'll have a look at the listener because we've not seen if there's any listeners playing along. Let's have a look. Any listeners got it?
I don't know, Liam. That's I don't know the answer, but there's nothing coming.
None of the listeners have got it. None of the listeners have got the answer. The answer is, and you are correct, none other than Valdis Trakis.
That was
Come on.
I would not have went. I was when you said that was Lithuania, I was going to go for was it Big Dave?
Matthew Levicius.
That's what I just tempted to say.
But that Rangers one helped. Aye, I was Calderwood's second game or something. First one.
I don't know if it was the second game, but it was fairly early on in the spell. Francis Dickel scored. He
Big man.
tweets the picture.
Rankin scored
randomly.
Rankin scored for distance, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Did Liam Miller get that
Miller?
one? I was going to say Liam Miller, aye. There we go. Right, okay, we're on player number 4 now. Can you believe it? We've got player number 4 already. You're doing fairly well. Okay. I have played for more clubs on loan than I've played for permanently. I've represented my national team at under 17, under 19, under 21 and under 23 level. I've made over 400 career league appearances. What's that?
Harry just put up on the screen, great age.
Superb age.
I've made over 400 career league appearances exclusively in England, Scotland and Wales.
Ooh. Did I go early to try and flex?
I stand at 6'1", but I never really looked that tall.
It's going to be a race to the line here, eh? You got guesses.
I was signed by Paul Heckingbottom to play ahead of Opier Marciano.
Oh.
Sorry, Liam. I've got my guess in, but I've also got your clues at the top of the message.
Oh, fucking what's his name again?
Harry actually beat you to that one. Harry actually beat you to that one. Well done, Harry. It is nothing other than Chris Maxwell. He's all got it with the final clue.
Did you guess before then, Harry? No, was it the final?
Bang on the final clue. Well done, Harry. Right, you've not managed to do a clean sweep yet, so
I know that's disappointing.
We can play on till the final one. So for those of you that are still with us, are you ready?
No.
Are you
Absolutely.
all? Okay.
Absolutely.
Garbage.
Yeah, I have made 3 appearances for my national team.
Okay.
I was born in Motherwell in October 1993.
There's a reason he said that, boys. Just sharpen up. He's not played. Come on. That means he's not played for Scotland, right?
I'm currently still actively playing in Scotland. I made 1 solitary appearance for Hibs, and I was played out of position.
Oh, God.
Oh, he's got it.
Surely. I'll be devastated if that's wrong. No, actually, I think
I left Hibs. I left Hibs. We basically left out a contract and signed for Livingston the following season.
Embarrassing I haven't got it now.
I would so love to say you've not got it, but you have. Well done, Harry. It is none other than Mikey Devlin.
Who's he? Oh, fuck, he has played for Scotland, aye. Fucking Christ.
A few times. I'm pretty sure he played under Steve Clark in maybe his first game away at Russia.
Absolutely.
It was him and McKenna at the back or something.
I'm sure Shanklin played that when he was still at Ayr maybe or Dundee United. I'm sure it was a championship. We got scudding that night.
Got an absolute chasing. Oh, how far we have come. Anyway, there you go. That was a topper.
I never liked Guess Who anyway, to be honest. I didn't want to get any right anyway.
Oh.
It was class. By the way, you and Liam messaged me and said that the last round was worth 3 points, so get it around you. Big man won. That's it.
Guess Who's good, man. Guess Who's good. What's your do you think of the player, or do you just find yourself in little holes and go for there?
I just randomly think about players. You know how we talked about ages ago about just doing that random thing where we just name players at the end of the podcast. You know, you memorize moments. I memorize players. I could just sit and just talk about players all day.
Yeah, it's I think. Sorry, you go.
No, I was just gonna say it is just an insight into any time that if we when we meet up or before games, after games, or whenever. It's just mind him. Mind him. Mind him. Mind when this happened. Mind when this happened.
Of all the batshit things that happened under Lee Johnson, number one should definitely be bringing on Mikey Devlin for the last 10 minutes in the Edinburgh Derby to clinch
top.
fourth place. Like, just stuck him on up front. Like, what on earth?
Playing against 10 men for like an hour. All you need to do is win the fucking game.
I wonder how many players folk can name that have only made one appearance for Hibs, and it was in an Edinburgh Derby, because I've got another one for you.
German
His
Spectre.
favourite.
That's my boy.
If you go a wee bit further back, I'm pretty sure, was it Humphrey Rudge or Umar Condi? I'm mixing. One of them only played one game, and it was the Edinburgh Derby, and it was a win. 2-0 at home. Mentally, just play one game for Hibs, it's the Edinburgh Derby.
Yeah, concept for a podcast, by the way. We all just got a bunch of cans and we sit and live stream until we get bored and we just drink cans and name Hibs players. I think that sounds class.
Aye, but what happens when we get bored after 5 minutes?
Naming Hibs players and just sitting around having... Nah, I'd be doing that for hours. Like,
we need to get someone who's a wee bit more in my generation as well, so that we can get some players a wee bit further back. And
we could just have a
conversation.
We just have a football phone in. Just come in, leave. You know, like in the transfer.
Come in to talk about one player only, and then you get kicked out.
Yeah, that's treatment.
Yeah, mind Frank Klidjé.
Frank, was it his brother or son? Was like at Marseille or son? Eh? Like,
Bryce Klidjé. He was a wing back. He was quality. So good, man. He's so good. What about see some of the random shit we signed when we were in the championship? Like mind we just signed Islam Feruz.
He's one of my favourite ones. A wee Raj.
He might be a one appearance off the bench. He might be a one appearance wonder.
I'm going to give you an insight into my life at that point in time. I remember seeing the Hibs team lineup named on Twitter for a development game. I can't mind who we were playing against, and the price on us was insane. We were like 9-4 or something to win. I looked at the team and I was like, fucking hell. I was going through it, and we had like, say, Dan Carmichael, maybe Matty Kennedy, Islam Feruz all playing. I was like, oh my God, we are going to cook with him in the team. I'm definitely putting money on it. As we go beat 4-0. I think it was against Hamilton at New Douglas Park.
That's why you know you're in a hole, eh? At least it's Scotland under 21s and no like a reserve league and no like Bulgarian backup teams.
He's down to 6 games, which I think will maybe surprise you.
Feruz?
6 games?
I mean,
I do remember him being.
I
remember him coming off the bench once at Easter Road.
Like, it must have been a few late appearances.
Aye. Matty Kennedy was a weird one as well. First season in signed a winger.
You are stealing future content here, boys. These are all great names for our sit down with tins and.
Tell us if you enjoyed this. Harry, you're saying sit down with tins. You're sit down with tins a teammate. Like,
what about Dan Carmichael? What are our memories of Dan Carmichael?
I loved him.
He was really good at Queen of the South and done fuck all for us except get injured.
No, he was in that good wee period of Hibs. So that was just after we got relegated, was it not?
He had a really bad injury. Just completely finished. Like went down and played for like Annan or something afterwards.
He scored when we beat Alloa at Easter Road. Was it like 4-0 or something?
I remember it. It was like a Sunday. I remember it because it was like a Sunday at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something. And I genuinely think that's the quietest I've ever seen Easter Road Stadium. There's about 6,000 folk.
Baldy goalie, eh? That's for whatever reason that always stuck out to me. There's a Baldy goalie in the Wasp.
Do you know, like, some of the things that stick out to you? I remember for 2 reasons actually. So I had done the cardinal sin of putting Hibs on a bet. It was under Lennon, right near the start. Actually, no, it was the first season of the championship. Sorry, under Stubbs. I put Hibs on to beat. It was either Cowden, Beef, or Dunfermline, and Hibs had been fucking stinking. But it was when Cummins had scored, but wasn't getting starts in the play, and we were getting beat. And I think Cummins came off the bench to either score the winner or to wrap it up in the place. And I just remember again, like it was dead. Sure, like it was just utterly dead. And just anyway, we are.
Yeah, why is there no more bald goalies? By the way, I've just had a random thought to myself when I was talking about that. You didn't see many bald goalies.
Fabian Barthez, bring him back.
I've had never had a bald goalie.
Should be a goalie.
The boy for Dundee United.
Connor Salmon looks like he should be a goalie.
Yeah, he's too heavy, mate. He's too bulky. Too muscly.
Have Hibs ever had a bald goalkeeper other than the boy we got for Dundee United?
Shamatulski.
Harry, I know you need to go, so just...
Can't
just-
think of
just-
anyone else apart from Shamatulski. There's no one jumping out, to be honest.
Right. Harry, give us a score prediction.
3-1 Hibs.
Liam,
I'll go 2-0.
Craig,
I think law of average. I think it's got a draw written all over it, 1 each.
I'm going for 1-0 Hibs. Hibs aren't conceding goals. That's going to be my new stick. Hibs keep clean sheets. We'll be back next Monday.
I don't know if he ever played for us, but Brian Gunn was bald when he was at Hibs. Angus
go.
Gunn's da.
There you go.
Got a bald goalie coach as well.
This is just life-changing
And
stuff.
Craig Sampson will have been named as a third choice goalkeeper on the bench for European games. He was under Jack Ross, remember? He got
Yeah.
he got named on the bench.
That half counts then.
This is great
Definitely
stuff.
counts.
This is. I was going to say this is what the people pay their money for, but this is all free. So lucky them. Right, we'll be back next Monday. Looking ahead to
Tim
the
Layton never really had a
game.
full head of hair either.
He's still going.
And probably also the Livy game. I don't think we'll get anything out in between the two games. Mental to be playing Livy again so quick, but that's the way it goes. Monday Cabbage. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.